Hey there, welcome to this new episode of Sovereign Self Monday Live. And today I want to talk to you about a topic that was recently come to my attention again. It's one of the articles on Huffington Post, of my articles on Huffington Post, that has quite a lot of attention. People email me with questions about it quite regularly. And that happened recently again. And so that's why I thought during a dinner party, and it is going to be part of the retreat that Micah Peters and I are hosting later this year in October. So I thought this is an interesting topic to talk about today with you guys. To start this off, actually, I realized when I was thinking about the question, is your gut feeling fear or intuition? I realized that the question is actually wrong because intuition is such a beautiful but also very large topic concept. Intuition definitely uses gut feelings, but it also uses stuff that your rational mind knows. It uses everything that you've ever read. It uses this sort of inner wisdom. And so to just talk about a gut feeling, just as a gut feeling being intuition, I realized that is overstating it a little bit. So I want to actually amend the question to begin with and just say that the question should be your gut feeling. Is it fear or is it a warning? And so let's talk about that. Is your gut feeling fear or just a warning? So let's have a look at that. First, sort of diverting or making a diversion between your gut feeling and your rational mind, right? We all know the rational mind quite well, and the rational mind is always either thinking about the future or it is thinking about something in the past. And the thing is that your gut is always in the present. Your gut feeling, the things that go on in your emotions are always about the now. And in that case, in that way, it is a very interesting aspect to take into account because it gives you well, let's take an example. For example, you walk into a room and your gut feeling gives you information about everything that's going on in the room, the atmosphere, the people there. It says a lot about what's going on in that room at the moment, but it also says a lot about what's going on with you in that moment. So how you are being at that time. So it's not only about, and that is something to be very conscious of when you think about a gut feeling being either fear or warning. It's not only about the other people. It's not only about what's going on outside you. It's also about what's going on and it's very much about what's going on with you at that moment. Then the second thing I think that we should really be mindful of is that feelings that you experience are always either based in love or in fear. And I know that when I say that, people come up with things like, yeah, but there's also anger or there's also sadness. And yes, that's true. There's also anger. There's more feelings than just love or fear. But when you narrow it down and really analyze what those feelings are, that anger or that sadness, for example, are about, it still comes down to either love or fear. So to understand what a gut feeling is actually trying to tell you is really important to sort of connect with it and find out if it's based in love or in fear. And unfortunately, we're not that experienced, right, to analyze feelings or to stop and think about what a gut feeling is trying to tell us. But if you take the time to do it and you really focus on that feeling and ask it or sort of allow it to sort of speak to you, it will become clearer if it's love or fear. And for most people, actually, that answer will come up as either an image or a word or a feeling, another feeling. And for me, it's almost always that other feeling thing. And then, well, for me, it's focusing on my gut feeling to begin with, asking it if is it love or is it fear, is it based in love or in fear. As a response, I will get either a feeling of expansion, meaning it's based in love, or I will get a feeling of narrowing down, of closing in or shrinking, meaning that it's about fear. And so that is I think one of the most relevant and very simple things to check if your gut feeling is about love or is it about fear. And then the thing is, and the problematic thing is that it's not as simple as saying, okay, positive feelings are always related to love, negative feelings are always related to fear. There can be a negative feeling that is still showing up as love or being based in love, because something can be wrong for you, but you can experience that coming from a feeling of love. So to be able to distinguish if your gut feeling is giving you a warning or is based in fear and is about fear that you have of moving into something new, in that process of distinguishing it, you should look at love or fear and then analyze, so what is this love feeling telling me? What is this fear feeling telling me? I think that's the crucial element of it. If you want to understand what your gut feeling is trying to tell you, if it's a warning to not go into something because it is not good for you, then it should be a feeling that is based in love. If you experience a gut feeling and it's just a fear, well, it'll be clear from that moment you distinguish between fear and love. It will be fear, and we all know that we can be fearful for many, many, many reasons, and it can be very interesting and a very relevant information source. But to base your decisions on a fear and to not move forward or to not step into that room because you are scared, maybe that's not the right reason. Maybe that's not why we should not move forward, right? We should not move forward in situations where our gut feeling is giving us an honest warning that is based in love. Okay, so I hope this cleared up that gut feeling challenge a little bit. I mentioned intuition here briefly, and I think I'm gonna talk about that in one of the later episodes a little bit further, because intuition is such a beautiful and powerful tool, and it's so highly underestimated in our day and age. But it is something that I work with my clients quite a lot, and I think I feel that it's interesting to do a little bit more with that. So that's coming up in a later episode of Sovereign Self Monday. For now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And if you have any questions or comments, or you just like watching this video, please let me know, because I would like to know. Thanks. Ciao. See you next time. Hey there, I'm back. Because now that I'm cycling, I'm thinking about that, about my live video from a few minutes ago. And I realized that it probably is intuition that is speaking to you through your gut feeling. So when I say it's a warning from your intuition to you to be mindful of a specific situation or a specific person. That is, when you have felt into that feeling and you realize that it is based in love and not in fear. So just wanted to say that to you quickly now that I'm cycling, which is a little bit dangerous, so I'm gonna hang up quickly now. Bye guys!